Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Saturday Morning Coffee with Back to Basics Dog Training. For those of you who know me or don't know me, I'm Leon. I'm the trainer here over at Back to Basics Dog Training. And every other Saturday morning, live at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I bring you this live free dog training Q&A session where all your questions are answered about your dog's behaviors or unwanted behaviors. No questions are off limits in this platform, guys, so ask away. For those of you watching now live or later on the replay, please put your comments in. Let me know where you're watching, where you're watching from. Give me a shout out. The more people that comment, the more jacked up I get, the more dogs we can help together. So, with that being said, I did, just so everybody is on the same page, right now I'm doing every other Saturday, so I won't be live next Saturday. The following Saturday I'll be live. But I am still doing my Tuesday evening, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, every Tuesday night. This week, I have a special guest. Phyllis is having some issues with her dog, Junior. She's made huge progress since joining my lives and, taking some of my advice. But we're going to give Phyllis and Junior a one-on-one training session. So I'm going to be focused on Phyllis and Junior's issues. And you guys, of course, are more than welcome to join in, ask questions, encourage Phyllis, of course, to go on this journey with Junior. I'm excited to be offering that. That will be this Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that's going to be like me being in your living room working with your dog, guys. It's a service I offer. Hopefully you take advantage of it. So with that being said, let's get to the topic of the week. And I am going to talk about insecurities because that is going to be the breach into Tuesday night's conversation. I know we've talked a lot about insecurity on this platform of dogs, and there's different rules of thumbs on how you can help dogs through the insecurity of whatever it may be: fear of the outside world, fear of stranger danger, fear of other dogs, fear of children, fear of a leaf blowing in the wind, whatever it may be. These are all, I hate the term irrational fear for dogs and for humans. I don't like the term. I think it's a stupid term, irrational fear, because to whoever's experiencing the fear, it's real. So for me to say that a dog being afraid of a blowing leaf is irrational is short-sightedness on my part, because to the dog, it's real. And it's my job and our job to help guide the dogs through the fearful stages. Now, there are multiple trainers out there. You can YouTube them, how to help my insecure dog or whatever, and you'll get a plethora of different ways of doing it. I'm not going to say one way is right, wrong, or different. I do think my way is right. There are methods that say if a dog is afraid of other dogs, flood them with other dogs, bring them to a place, where there's a ton of dogs and make them learn how to deal with it. If they're afraid of people, the same thing. Flood them, bring them to a street fair where there's thousands of people. I don't agree with this methodology. I don't think it's the best solution. I do believe in guiding dogs through them at a slow, controlled pace. So if I'm dealing with a dog that has stranger danger, yes, I'm going to take them out in public, but it's not going to be a street fair where there's thousands of people. It's going to be just out in public where I can control the amount of people to a point where I have a way of going away. Maybe it'll be a park, maybe it'll be a parking lot or whatever. But I'm going to guide them, and I'm not going to force the dog to like every person we meet. I'm not going to force them. I'm going to show them that, hey, listen, we can be in the same circle and you don't have to be afraid of this, because I'm going to keep you safe. I'm going to keep you calm. And I'm not going to let this other person approach you while you're showing me that you're not comfortable. The biggest mistake especially when it comes to stranger danger issues with dogs, or, and I say strangers, that's adults and children, is we think as humans, well, we're going to show the dog we love them, and we're going to get right in their face, and we're going to squish them up, and we're going to rub them, and we're going to tell them we love them, and there's nothing to be afraid of. And meanwhile, the dog is saying, what the freak is going on here? I am not comfortable. Why are you doing this to me? And depending on the dog and their personality, that could lead to a dangerous situation where the dog is going to defend itself with a bite or a nip. Um, so what I do is when I work with these dogs with insecurities of either people or whatever it may be, is I guide them and I find somebody on the street that seems like they're nice and willing to work with us, and I direct them on how I need them to approach the dog. And it's not about approaching the dog trying to become BFFs. It's about not approaching the dog and let the dog see, hey, listen, this human came over to me, but didn't force themselves on me. The dog will start to calm down. Now, a lot of dogs that show these insecurities will go behind the handler. I don't let them do that. I want them sitting next to me. I want them standing next to me. So if I have to keep them on a short leash, keep them in that position. But the key is going to be one, my energy is going to be the most important thing. And that's that 4 C's of dog training I talk about, which is that calm, confidence, consistency to get the control we need. I'm going to stay ultra calm so my dog reads, hey, there's this person in front of my pack leader, and my pack leader is ultra calm. Oh, I can relax a little bit. And then as we see the dog relaxing and starting to calm down and accept the situation, I might ask that person to try to pet the dog. I might not. I don't know. It depends on. I live in the moment, and I go by my gut feeling, my instincts in the moment, and we guide the dog. So it may be, hey, this lesson today will just being within the social circle of me with other humans. It's not about petting you. It's not about interacting with the dog. It's about just being there and being comfortable when people are in our circle. Maybe the next session we'll do the same thing, hopefully, and by that point the dog should, if the humans do their homework, should be more acceptable to people being in their intimate circle. Excuse me. And then, if depending on what we read from our dog and we listen to their communication, and their communication is their body language, their energy. Um, it could be verbal, it could be a growl, it could be whatever it is they're communicating to us. I would listen to what my dog is communicating, and if I think it's at this point a good time for somebody to try to pet the dog, we're going to allow it in a slow, controlled, calm environment. And at any point in the process of the person, say, bending down to pet the dog, preferably under the chin, and I will direct them to do that, or just walk closer, let the dog sniff their legs. Don't put their hands out. Keep your hands in your pocket. Let them just sniff you. And if he still seems calm, I'll direct him to pet him underneath the chin, bring the head up, brings a little bit more confidence. But at any time in the process or in this journey that my dog communicates to me, I am not comfortable right now, I ask that person to please stop, go back to our conversation. So now the dog is learning. Hey, I showed I wasn't comfortable, and they stopped. They listened to me. Yes, somebody's finally listening to me. And then we regroup, and hopefully the dog goes to a calmer state of mind very quickly. And then we try it again, rinse and repeat. Guys, in the comments, please let me know if this makes sense. I'm not getting any comments today, so I'm going to actually turn my phone on and make sure that I'm broadcasting properly here, because nobody's telling me if I'm broadcasting good here. So we're going to try this ourselves. If I can figure out how to use my phone, I should lower my volume first so I don't have to hear myself. Um, Give me 1 second here, guys. Unless you put a comment there, I got to do this to make sure I'm broadcasting. Up. Good morning, Donna Stark. Happy Gotcha Day, Stark. Phyllis, I didn't get your comment. I wonder why that you were watching. That's kind of weird. Let me just make sure we're getting. No, that's not what I wanted. I hit something wrong here, guys. Sorry. That's how I do things. Um, how's my boy Stark doing and the rest of the family? I don't know why I didn't see Phyllis's comment today, but I'm going to leave my phone on so if I get any more comments, I see that. Um, so, we worked with, hi Heidi, um, I work with a lot of insecure dogs. And it's so important that we guide them through it. And, Phyllis and I are going to be, okay, that's great, Phyllis. you got to go, but Tuesday night, you're mine. Uh, Tuesday night, guys, this is Phyllis. Phyllis will be live and in living color with us. We're going to be talking about Junior's insecurities, and we're going to help Phyllis guide Junior through his insecurities. Um, I know they've made huge progress since joining me on my Facebook Live or YouTube Live, whatever live, with some of Junior's insecurity, and it is I hope this session just finalizes it for her, and Junior can have that great balanced life that he so richly deserves and needs, and Phyllis can have that happy balanced life with him. I'm looking forward to it. I am so excited about Tuesday night. So, guys, I'm going to be posting it out. I already posted it out on my Facebook, my YouTube, and Remember Me Rescues Facebook. Share that post. Get it out to as many people with dogs as possible. More people we get there, the more dogs we can help. I'll be sharing it today with probably over 100 rescue groups that I'm part of on Facebook, because I really want a good audience, because we want Junior to know that he's got a support system worldwide. And Phyllis, you have a support system worldwide too. Donna says, "Oh, well, Rich is getting to retire, so we need to get him trained to continue Stark's training." Well, hopefully today I'll wrap up some of my trips up north for the rest of the summer. I am thinking I'll be up there sometime in July. I'm not sure for how long yet. I was supposed to get that finalized last night. So hopefully I'll get that finalized today. I'll be back up in November. I'm not sure in between there. That's hopefully some of the things we're going to be working on. Um, so I will be up there. And of course, I missed you the last time I was up there, Donna, and I'm really sorry we couldn't get together. That was my bad. I didn't give you guys enough notice. So this time I'll give you plenty of notice so you get to see this ugly mug. Yes, I'll know today. As soon as I get it finalized later today, I'll shoot you a text. Um, but I'm excited to be back up in New York to help people. Um, one of the things I'm thinking of offering to folks who, even down here, but more so who aren't in our local area, if you have a dog that can't be, you guys want to go on vacation and you don't have a dog that can go to a doggy boarding place, or the dog is so hyper and out of control that you can't even have a family member or friend stay at your house to take care of your dog. Um, I'm thinking of offering a service where you guys can go on vacation. Good morning. I'm going to say your name wrong. I hope I don't. Nicola? Carrie says, "Oh, Nikki. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Nikki. Sorry, your name on there is wrong." Actually, we're hopefully working out something really good in the Charleston area. I don't know if that's even the right way to say it. But what I'm thinking about offering to you folks is, you guys go on vacation. I go to your home. I work with your dog during your week's vacation, train your dog for the unwanted behaviors, and then I go working on walking with a buddy. Work, work, Working on walks with a buddy. I missed something there. Oh, Bonnie from last week. I'm sorry. Um, and then the week after you come back from vacation, I work with you to bring those over. We did this when I was up in New York in April, May, whenever I was up there. That's exactly what I did. I stayed at somebody's home, worked with their two dogs, heavy duty, 6 hours a day training while they were on vacation, and they came back, and I worked with them for a few hours every single day for 5, 6 days. I don't remember exactly what it was. And the feedback I'm getting from them on their dog's behaviors is, it's why I do this. Um, so it's a great service I'm thinking of offering. When you guys, let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea. Um, I know Nikki and Kerry and I had a little one-on-one FaceTime last week, I think, the week before. I don't remember anymore. Uh, Trying to help Nikki with her pup, and from the feedback I've gotten from Kerry, Nikki, you are doing phenomenal. I'm so proud of you, girl. Um, it seems like you're well on your way. Hopefully, you get the slip leash in soon, just to make it that much easier for you. But keep up the great work. Donna, I know you're doing a great job with our boy Stark. Like I said, I think it's 3 years now you've had him. I think yesterday was his gotcha day, or the day before. 3 years ago. if I'm not mistaken. And the conversation we had that day has changed Echo so much already. It hasn't changed Echo. Echo is Echo. Nikki, it changed you. You understand what Echo's saying to you now and how to communicate better with her. And that's the key, guys. When we do the training, and there are different methodologies of training, my goal when I do training with you guys and go on this journey with you is not to change your dog. I don't want to break the spirit of a dog. I never want to do that. But what I need to do is help you learn how to communicate better with your dog, how your dog can listen to you better, and how you can listen to your dog better. And that's why I talk about energy so much. And I think I'm going to put this up here in the comments because it's my favorite thing in the world. Energy is our most important form of communication that we have with our dogs, and that's what I teach people. Echo has been so much better with threshold boundaries and walking on a leash. I know I saw the picture. I'd love to see a video, guys. You guys can send me a video that we can actually put it up there, so people can see how a walk has the capability of looking. Um, and again, if you guys follow my 4 C's of training: calm, confidence, consistency for control, and check your energy. Calm energy fixes 99.9% of the issues with the dog. I have said this before and I'll say it again. I look at dogs the same way. If they're overexcited, yes, send me a video, definitely. Um, Carrie, if the video is too long to send via text or email, ask Tessa for the link to, we have that shared iCloud thingy that you can shove a thing into and I can get it that way. I, I think that's a technical term, iCloud thingy. Um, when we go on this journey with the dogs and I talk about energy, and I use my calm confidence no matter. Cool. Shoot me a text when you send it over so I know to look for it because I get stood on. Um, when I work with an overexcited dog, if I work with an insecure dog, if I work with an aggressive dog, and everything in between, my methodology doesn't change. If it's a happy-go-lucky goofball that just wants to jump all over everybody and bull rush them and all that, I still stay calm, confident. If I have that dog that's cowering in a corner because they're so insecure that they're shutting down, I still use calm confidence. If I'm working with a dog that wants to rip my throat out, I still use calm confidence. That is the best form of communication, guys, we can have with our dogs. Period. Forget the words, forget everything else, forget the tools. You need the tools, the leashes and things like that. I agree, we need them. But the best tool that every human being has with them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is your energy. Calm confidence changes so much. Stop living in the past. Doesn't matter what Echo did yesterday. It doesn't matter what Stark did yesterday. It doesn't matter what Junior did yesterday. If we truly live in the moment in a calm, confident manner, our dogs will follow us and they'll be happy to follow us. And that's the key. Like I said, there's so many different training methodologies out there. I'm not knocking any of them. Do I agree with some of them? Absolutely not. I don't. But it works for them. So as long as it works for the dog and the dog is not scared or hurt or terrified or whatever from the training methods, I'm cool with it. I don't have to agree with it. If it works, it works. So I always tell people, as far as leashes, like the slip leash. I think it's one of the best tools ever invented. A simple piece of rope. Um, Other people, that gentle leader that goes on, find that to be a huge success for them. That's fine. Use it. Because when you're using it, your energy is better, your dog responds to it. Same way I tell people, if you have a dog that has a tendency to maybe nip at people or bite at people, muzzle condition the dog. The muzzle is not for the dog, it's for you because once that muzzle's on the dog, you don't have to worry about the nip or the bite. You naturally become calm and your dog will respond. It's Wendy. Hey, Wendy. Frankie's doing great with his controlled walks. Still not going anywhere with Tommy if I'm present. Can't figure out yet how to change that. He went 15 feet, sat, and wasn't going anywhere. Love the vacation idea. Great. That's something I really think can help so many people. Um, Again, I got to be very careful with that. I'm talking most people want to go on vacation for a week. If it's truly an aggressive issue, I can't do that in a week. But if it's just a normal, my dog's insecure, or my dog is a happy-go-lucky goofball, that I can definitely take care of in a week's time for you guys. But the key is when you get back from vacation, you got to dedicate a couple of hours every day to me so we can reinforce everything. Um, so one of the things you could try, Wendy, with this not work with Frankie not wanting to walk with Tommy is you guys start going on a walk together. You start the walk with Frankie and Tommy. You have Frankie on the leash. You're going. Get a good pace going without working out with Tommy in advance. Once you get a good pace, figure out a signal that you can just hand the leash to Tommy. Continue walking together, and then eventually you, Phyllis, have a good weekend. We'll see you Tuesday. And then eventually you slow down, and Tommy just goes as if you're next to him. Visualize that outcome. Visualize it. And Tommy needs to visualize it. Tommy needs to visualize, even when you start slowing down, that you're still there with him. So that energy is going through that leash. And Frankie's going to say, okay, everything's cool, everything's cool, everything's cool. And then eventually it'll just become routine. It'll just become routine. And then his reward for walking, if he has food, high value food, if he's food motivated, bring some chicken, bring some hot dogs, bring some cheese, something, have Tommy give it to him, and just go on this journey together and just slow down a little bit. Don't go slow down. So first you're walking, it should be look something similar to this. It should look like you, Frankie, Tommy, one next to Frankie in the middle. And then just hand the leash over. And you walk still as if you're with right there, the same routine. And just slow down a little bit and go a little behind Frankie. Stay right with them at the same pace, but a little bit behind. And then slow down a little bit more, maybe put a foot between Frankie's tail and you, and then 2 feet. And desensitize him to Tommy being the handle. But Tommy's got to stay that calm, confident. Tommy can't be sitting there saying, oh, crap, Wendy's slowing down. Frankie's going to react. And you can't be saying, I'm slowing down. Frankie's going to react because that energy is just going to be to Frankie. We do together. That's fine. You can walk slowly. Slow is a good tip. Is good today. I have to do the hot dogs with him. It's the break that's not good. I'm not sure what that means. We do together. That's fine. He can. Wendy, I really do think maybe we should set up a Zoom session and have Tommy present when we do it. And guys, anybody who's not in my local area, and Zoom is definitely an affordable way of doing it. I know I helped Carrie's family once I moved here with a couple of Zoom sessions. It's understanding your dog. It's definitely something that's beneficial, and like I said, you can't go wrong. $75 for 2 hours of training. So Zoom session may be something this way we can really delve in without all the distractions of anything else, but really work on Frankie. So yeah, just again, don't try, just do. Work with Frankie together, the three of you, your team, and do baby steps. And like I said, every time he passes a threshold, praise, 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 treat, treat, treat if you have to. But again, it's understanding if you can keep, and I know that I've done this with people, guys, where I've walked with their dogs. I got the flow going. Nice walk, healing, and all this. The owner's with me. I hand the leash over, but the owner instantly starts putting tension on the leash or gives too much leash or whatever, and the dog changes because it recognizes the difference. You guys got to do the same exact thing. So if you're holding the leash in a certain manner, Tommy's got to grab the leash in the same manner. Head up, chest high. Don't look at the dog. Feel the dog from the leash. If you're looking at the dog, you're tense. And I'm telling you, over time, this is not, we're dealing with an insecurity. There's no quick fix. There's just no quick fix. So you take your time, and every little threshold that you pass is a huge, huge accomplishment. I think I was talking Tuesday night about a corgi I worked with that I put a slip leash on this dog, and he thought that sounds like good. I'll try it. Hot dogs, maybe Zoom. If you can get me in Long Island, in the Long Island time, I'd like to do a training with some things. Absolutely, I will let you know. Like I said, as of right now, from what I know about my New York trip, just so we're all on the same page, is right now it's only 5 days my July trip. That doesn't give me a lot of time. And again, once I talk to the person tonight or later this afternoon or early this evening, I may know if I can extend that out or if I can work it out. I'll figure out something because I really want to help you guys. We'll figure something out. It's just a matter of, getting there and, I can stay 5 days at that one house. If I have to stay extra days, I'm fine with that. It's just, I got to figure out logistics and place for me. But again, everything comes from your calm energy. I don't know if Kerry and Nikki are still on. I don't know if Donna's still on. It doesn't tell me on this thing. With calm energy fixes so much. And it does fix hyper excited, insecure, or aggression. It's trusting yourself. If you don't trust yourself in this journey, our dogs aren't going to trust us. How can they? They need that calm, confident pack leader. So practice day in, day out, not even with your dog. Practice it with other humans, calm confidence. The more you can get it, this muscle memory, I always tell people I work with my instincts a lot. What are instincts? They're learned behaviors that become instinctual. That's what it is. Yes, there are certain inbred instincts. I understand that. But, when we're young children, we're taught to look both ways before we cross the street. And when we're young children, we actually think about it. Every time we get to the curb, to the street, we think, I got to look both ways. I got to look both ways. But as we get older, at this point in my life, I don't consciously think about looking both ways to cross the street. It's become instinctual. I just do it. Learning how to drive a car is one of the most unnatural things for a human being. I mean, we got mirrors to check. I remember when I first started looking, you got to check your side mirror, you got to check your back mirror, you got to make sure, you got to do this, you got to do that. Blah, 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 blah. You drive now, instinctually, I'm looking at my side mirror, my rear view mirror. My seatbelt's on, this is, up, car slowing down, I'm taking my foot off the gas. These are all things that are so unnatural for us. But as you do it, it becomes muscle memory, it becomes instinctual. That's what I'm asking you to do with this calm confidence. You need to make it instinctual, not think about it. Don't think about what did the big dude in South Carolina say to do. Work with your instincts. Trust your gut. Trust your instincts in a calm, confident manner, and our dogs will follow. Guys, in the comments, let me know if this makes sense. Because I can ramble on and on about this, and I enjoy rambling on and on about it. So you guys got to shut me the hell up every so often. With that being said, guys, Tuesday night, please, everybody tune in. This is going to be so educational. Every day, little steps are going a long way. 2 new people entered my house and walked him with me. He did great taking the shower yesterday. We have worked on muzzle introduction, listening to it all. Great. Guys, muzzle conditioning, and I'm going to branch off on that for a second, is so crucial, especially for some of these insecure dogs. because insecurity can turn to aggression, unfortunately, very quickly, especially if we don't listen to what our dogs are communicating to us. Most insecure dogs go into an avoidance state. They cower. They put their head down. They just, I don't want to. If I do this, nobody will see me. And unfortunately, as humans, because we love these animals, we love them to death, we want them to come out of this insecurity so we still approach them. When they go into that avoidance stage and we don't listen and they don't have a flight mechanism to get the hell out of here, it will or could lead into a bite. So the reason I love muzzle conditioning is everybody chills out. The dog can bite. Personally, and this is something I wish I would have done when Zoe was a puppy, is I think we as puppy owners should muzzle condition as part of our basic obedience training. Because if you take your dog to a groomer or a vet and they're not comfortable and they go, the groomer and the vet are going to shove a muzzle on this dog and it's going to scare the living crap out of them and they're not going to know what to do to it, and that could be a dangerous and uncomfortable position for the dog. So if we start the muzzle conditioning when they're young, God forbid they need it, it's easier. I am going to be doing a video. I just got to figure out the camera angles and all that, where I'm going to actually muzzle condition Zoe. And I do not need to muzzle condition Zoe. Zoe's the type of dog that we bring into the vet every 6 months to get her blood work done. They need to draw blood. She looks her paw. But I'm going to muzzle condition her for you guys. I'm going to show you how I do it. Because there is a way to do it that makes it enjoyable for the dog. As enjoyable as it can be. So, with that being said, guys, we're at the half-hour mark. If there's more questions, of course, I'm going to stay here and answer them as long as I keep getting questions in. If not, I'm going to put my contact information up here again for a quick time. So if anybody needs to get me, please, this is my contact information. Is it hard? He's to get him muzzle. Is it hard? No. Let me rephrase that, Bonnie. It's not easy, but it's not hard. If the dog is food motivated, and I'm not talking training treats, guys, when I do muzzle conditioning, it's good stuff. And that's why I got to be careful with Zoe, because if we gave her, a hamburger with no seasonings and it upset her stomach, so I got to be careful with Zoe with what I give her. Yeah. And again, he was only muzzled to get neutered, so it was probably more that surprise muzzle. So what I would do is get a Baskerville style muzzle, a basket muzzle. Make sure it's the right size for your dog. And again, how I do muzzle conditioning, and this is why I think the video is so important, is taking my time to introduce it as a positive, not a negative. So one, I won't try putting a muzzle on a dog unless the dog is in a calm state of mind. So that means there can be no distractions around me. I get chicken or hot dogs or whatever I'm going to use. I put it in the palm of my hand. My hand is flat. I put the muzzle there because they can still get it. They stick their head in. They get the treat. Boom. And I work duration. And eventually I'm going to cut my hand. And it's hard to show you on this platform. That's why I need to do this. And I give treats when I put the muzzle on. And I give treats when I take the muzzle off. This way, and they don't get treats if they try to pour it off. Or if they get it off themselves, I won't give a treat then. They're going to learn the only way they're going to get what they want, praise or treats, is when I take it off. But it builds up to consistency. It builds up to duration. It could, it could take 5 minutes or take an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And then I work duration on how long I keep a muzzle on the dog. The first time when I actually get to the point where I clip it onto the dog, it's probably less than 15 seconds. And then I take it off. Good, yes, boom, treat. Then I work up to 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, whatever I think I'm going to need. I did this with a German Shepherd that I worked with who was very stranger danger aggressive. people coming into the house. The young couple I was working with had were due to have a baby in a few months. First baby on either side of the family. So first grandchild, everybody's coming to see this baby, and they were very, very concerned about it. The dog, the dog wasn't aggressive, so I got to be careful. It had more of a herding instinct. When you came in to try to herd you, but it was a shepherd, so when it bit me, when I moved, it grabbed my pants leg, but its teeth got me, and it still hurt like hell. He wasn't biting me; he nipped me. He was doing his job. He was hurting me, but you can't have that, especially when there's little kids around. So we muzzle conditioned this dog, and what I did is I told them, you muzzle condition the dog when nobody else is here, even me, and eventually, work up to duration, and then you have the muzzle on for 2-3 hours at a time, which is just you guys. So now he's not associating the muzzle with somebody coming over. And then when they finally got to the point where, okay, it's on 3 hours, he's comfortable with it, I said, all right, now he's comfortable with it. Now what you're going to do is have the muzzle on, say, at 11 o'clock in the morning and ask somebody to come over at 12 o'clock. The muzzle's been on for an hour. Somebody comes. Again, the dog didn't associate the muzzle with that person coming in. Mom and dad's energy chilled out a lot because they didn't have to worry about it. And long story short, the dog got along. Now, from what I understand, they don't even use the muzzle anymore because the dog just understands. So muzzle conditioning is really, really good. I'm going to try to put together that video this week. Carrie, if you're still there, I may need your help with that, maybe, or Tessa's help editing it, just to make it look more professional. But Bonnie, Wendy, I'm sorry. It's not too late to muzzle condition. It's definitely not too late, Wendy. It's never too late. I've done this with dogs that were 7 years old. I muzzle conditioned them. I've done 2 years old. I've done unneutered male dogs that really didn't like much of anything. It just take the time to do it and make it into a fun game. Calm confidence. Fun. Muzzle is the best thing in the world. Yay! I'm so excited. And they get it. They respond to it. And I'm going to do this with Zoe. I'm going to tell you now. She's 10 years old. She's probably not going to like it when I first do it. But I'm going to guide her through it. Simple. Simple but hard. And again, anything we do, it's a journey, guys. And journeys are fun. So let's make it fun. And continuing going on the journey. I know I say it all the time. I work with Zoe constantly. I am continually working with Zoe on leash, off leash. I'm reinforcing. I'm going on this journey every day with her. And some of the best compliments I get is, you have the best behaved dog in this complex. And there's over 100 dogs in my complex. And I love that compliment. But it's a lot of work. I work on it every single day because I enjoy the journey. And journeys are always fun. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for the weekend. I need to get to whatever they're called, street fair, flea market, whatever down here, to start getting the Back to Basics name out there. Remember, guys, Tuesday night, it's going to be huge. I will be posting it out on all the different rescue groups. So if you guys can go on to either my Facebook page, my Back to Basics Facebook page, Remember Me Rescues Facebook page, you'll see it. There's a thumbnail thingy with a picture of Junior, some words. I think it's got a green background. Share that post. Get people to join us. Tell them click the reminder so they get a notification. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, and that's the key. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for the weekend. As always, thank you for inviting me into your home each and every other Saturday morning now. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be here. Thank you. And as always, stay healthy, stay safe. God bless. And remember, together, we can help one dog and one family at a time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. We'll see you Tuesday night.